Alright, so we're gonna go through two different methods, well, two different setups for this, and one is my setup, the one that I like to use, and then the other one is a more reasonable setup where your arcs are really just SSR rarity or lower. It's just because, for obvious reasons, not everyone is going to have art being Balmite and Holy War at their disposal. Anyways, we're going to go over grapple skills first and setup. I'm using Q Heraclasp, however you pronounce that, as a claw just because it's the best Earth Claw for her in the game. But if you don't have this, you can use either Feather Claw or Training Rhythm Gauntlet. It's mostly important that you have the Earth attribute and a little bit of Earth damage. Feather Claw would be better than Training Rhythm Gauntlet. And we're rocking the Rouge Tailcoat because Fish likes to inflict strength, intelligence, and the rain decreases defense and mind, and you get to be immune to that. I use Eternal Tree for a little bit of sustain because she's gonna need it, and Desert Rose because obviously 10%, and it's got a good MP stat to help her out reach that 500 MP benchmark for her Fist of Magic buff. So this is what I'm running with. Let me go slower. Just a little bit of MP to reach the 500, a little bit of magic defense, a little bit of mind, so that her procs on her Eternal Tree will be a little bit better. What else? We've got the Fish Slayer, because obviously Fish Slayer special boost is bread and butter. We're running Balmite, so Mimicry God is essential. Tranquility helps her get bigger procs whenever she's near death. Bigger Eternal Tree procs when near death. Earth Mega Drive, a lot of damage. A little bit more damage cat. Let's see here. Surprise attack, piercing. These are really good for obvious reasons. Her S3 is going to have some backstab hits regardless if you're hitting from the front or the back. I probably should not have said that. But yeah, surprise attack is really good for a S3. Piercing, whenever you're at the whenever Squid is at its panic mode at the last 10-ish%, this is going to help you kill it more reliably. Stock skill 1, we like punching things. Purple Orb, it's just a great skill. Just having more stocks is just fantastic. Sharp Eyes, Berserker, we want to pile on as much extraneous damage as possible because, again, Fish likes to be a big old wall at the end. So, and now we will end the battle. I just got this from the Tails collab, and I'm so happy that I did. It's fantastic here. Just so much more damage, and as you'll notice, this unit is a lot more damage focused because it's our DPS. So as many damage focused items as you can possibly muster, and we're going to make up for the lack of defenses with our other party members. So the neat thing about Reese is that she's got this Laurentian Guard. Her trait allows you to have a little bit more magic damage, a little bit more physical damage, and if she dies, you get this. But in this fight, if all goes according to plan, she should not die. What else? Let's see here. Where is it? Oh yes. The main thing that you want to look for with Reese is her magic defense boost all and defense boost all, and Oracle. So whenever the neat thing about her is that she's got a lot of secret durability in her kit. So you want to make sure at the second phase, if you've got your summoning stone, just use it. It doesn't matter which one you use. I prefer Divine Beast, but Oracle, it's a good amount of stats to just not be using defense boost all. 10%. It's a 10% physical reduction, 10% magic damage reduction. Really good for the later half of the game, or for the later half of the stage. Honey Elixir, she's really only going to use this once or twice. Once at the beginning, and then another at the end to help finish off. So just replenish your stocks at the end. As far as equipment goes, you're going to want a good spear. Hollow Spear Refuge is just the best. I haven't maxed this one out just because I've gotten lazy on the God Forges. Seeking Armor, she's got a lot of ice resist in this build. She's got 20 here and 20 here. She's got 40. Elder King, she's the Walk Battery. I could change this. She doesn't really need Elder King, but it's just you'll see it in the build that it just works out better, because again, at the end you want to be doing as much damage as humanly possible, and the reason why is because it's hard to kill it. Thunderwall, ice damage. Later stage, lots of ice damage, so this is essential. No at wall. First part of this fight is a lot of no attribute damage. The magic is, the rain is ice damage still, but I'm pretty sure the tidal wave and the arm stuff is like no at. Where Fish Killer instead of Fish Slayer. She's not using skill, so you don't need Slayer. Fish Shield, fantastic. This is why Elder King works so well, because Corrosion Fang is gonna help us do more damage on our grapple. Let's see here. Ice Shield, very good for not dying. And of course she comes with Earth High Drive. These, unfortunately, are not really useful. So in a perfect world where we could use our own, granadas, surprise attack and backstab would be great, because the fish would only attack granadas. We could set the entire party on the other side of fish and just get like really good value out of that. But because we're using random granadas that aren't really built for it, it it just feels a little bit bad. But now we in the battle, decent. Celestial Mass. She's gonna be regenerating a lot of MP through Goddess Kiss. So this is super valuable. Sharp Eyes she comes with. So we don't get any value out of Quick Trigger or Sharp Eyes. Armor High Boost, Armor Boost. She's got a lot of durability here. I could probably switch Favorite Sword or something out with more damage, because this isn't the most efficient because you don't really need 10,000 more cap to get good Goddess Kiss procs. You really just need more damage mods. So, but I like Favorite Sword, and it works either way. So that's the Reese build. Linneas. The reason why Linneas works on an Earth team is because he's got an Earth and Lightning skill instead of it being in or Earth skill. So the way Grapple works is that it has to be an Earth skill in order to be considered for her charisma. Skills that shift into Earth, so it's one element but shifts into another element, that doesn't count because it doesn't recognize that as an Earth skill. So Windstorm, if you only had Windstorm, this is an Ice attack, but it shifts into an Earth attack if the enemy's Earth resist is lower. So the game recognizes this as an Ice skill and not an Earth skill. It's only an Earth skill when hitting that lower attribute. But because he has Lightning Strike, this is an Earth and a Thunder skill. So this will work for any compositions that require either Earth or Thunder. And honestly, Linneas is one of the few units that will work in any of the basic element compositions, because he's got an Ice and a Fire, and he's got Earth and Lightning. And these aren't ors, these are ands. Anyways, that's why we choose Linneas, because he's just a boss like that. His equipment, we're using Miracle Wand. This is a more supportive set, so anything that increases HP recovery or buff duration is valuable. Ice, Earth magic damage taken. This is incredibly necessary, because Ice resists this fish. I can't, like, we're not using Theria. We don't get to play the game on easy mode, so you've got to muster as much damage mitigation as you possibly can, and that is why we have Sphere 4 Jewels, because it's got you a good Ice element and Ice resist, and it's got Ice Shield here, and of course Chi Bracelet, more buff duration is fantastic. As far as the skills go, most of his base kit is kind of useless, but because he has Sigil Creation, the duration of debuffs will be increased by, I think, 20%. Yeah, 20%. Yeah. So that's why we're using him for the debuffs. And, well, as far as his passive skills go, he's going to have Ice Shield. He's going to have a lot of defensive investment. Ice Shield, He's gonna have giant shield. What am I doing? Okay, well, anyways, let's start over. Okay, Sophian Anima. This is going to increase your durability by 30% against physical damage. This is fantastic in the first part of the stage. It's not as great in the later half because most of its attacks are magic at that point. We've got both God Heal and Stardust Heal. He's not going to be capping. He's just not going to be capping the magic. He's not going to be capping the heals, but it's not too important. He's got the high res because Grapple, she's frail. She's gonna die. So if you really don't want your Grapple to die, you can invest a little bit more in some defensive skills. So like Giant Shield, Fish Shield, those stacks. So you could shed some of your damage. And the reason why I overstack is because I like being able to kill it at the end, but you don't, if you're not able to survive, then obviously you do 0 DPS if you're dead. Okay, anyways, High Blazer is on Panther Bane. This should be obtainable, and I highly recommend this one. High Drain. We're using High Drain instead of High Nemesis because we've got Reese that wants to attack defense and not mind, even though Grapple will benefit from High Nemesis. It's just better to use High Drain. Lostoma, I don't have High Lostoma, or otherwise I'd be using that, but you definitely want Blazer and Lostoma on one of your units, because this is how you're gonna mitigate a lot of damage. Giga High Shaker, he comes with it. Why not use it? Weak. Giga Shade, he heals at the end, so this is great for mitigating some of that nonsense. Weak, Thunder Circle, Element Circle. You need all three to make squids Earth Resist negative. It goes -10 if you have all three active at once, and because Element Circle attacks the weakest resist, this will change to Earth. No, it'll still be Thunder. It'll still be Thunder Element. So, but it's still a little bit more damage. Not a lot, but every little bit of damage that she can muster counts. You want all of the MP investments that she can get. He's got defense max because again, the later half of the stage is just no joke. Normally people say, oh, stat skills, waste of SC, but these stat skills are gonna make your resistant mods just that much more valuable. So it's about finding a good balance. Fish Shield, we don't like to die, so we're running Fish Shield. Auto Circle, Auto Protection, Auto Recast, Auto Heal. These are what keep, well, Auto Heal is what keeps him alive. Auto Recast is what allows him to instantly cast Stardust Heal. Ice Shield, we went over that. Minus 20% ice damage is just great. Robe High Boost gives you that 20% mind, allows you to heal a little bit better, especially since I'm not running Healing High Boost. I could run Healing High Boost, but I find that he heals enough that it's not really necessary. And lastly, the most important unit is granadas. You can't really control what this unit has, so just make sure that it's got all of its ability aboard unlocked. Make sure that it has at least one ice resist, so that while your units are getting flinched from the magic, this unit can heal through that. You really want God Heal on this unit, but beggars can't be choosers, and this one comes with Star Heal and Resurrection. Just make sure that this unit doesn't have something weird like Berserker or Sharp Eyes. Celestial Mass is Celestial Mass is good. It's just on this unit you kind of want the MP for Star Heal and Resurrection, and if you get to the end you might not have that if this unit doesn't have Goddess Kiss as well, and it's just not going to be doing too much damage. But you just really want to make sure that it has the main two things. It's the full ability aboard unlocked, some ice resist, and you just want to make sure that the equips aren't like, you want to make sure it has some equips, I guess. Just choose the best granadas that you possibly can. I already used the best granadas for this, but you know, like I said, beggars can't be choosers, and this one works. Obviously, Beast Hunter is not the best for this, but what can you say? What can you say? So the strategy here is we've got being El Dravana. Obviously everybody knows, got the fat caps, and it also gives a lot of strength. Bound Might for the extra cap. Reason why we have God Mimicry on Graffle. We could put God Mimicry on our other units, but Reese doesn't really benefit from that too much. But the other thing about Bound Might is that it gives a damage taken 10% buff to all enemies. A little bit of extra damage at the end to help you close out the match. This, you're not really going to see this part, I believe, because I don't, again, it's weird, because the tidal wave is, like, I don't know if I'm gaslighting myself, but I see this part of the text, the give all allies damage taken minus 50% and the 1k cap. I think I see that after the thing, but after the tidal wave, but the tidal wave is also physical. I don't know. But the reason why we're using Holy War in this ideal setting is because we've got this damage minus 20% buff. I don't actually know if this stacks with Granadas's oops, oh no, which one was it? I think it was X0, XX0. Scottum, Suraj, Wizard, Jesus, Bobo. I think it was I think it was X0. Yukime. Okay, Yukime. Let's call you out real quick. Tell me why you haven't built this, dude. finish this unit. Oh my gosh. I wanted to use your unit so much, but like, What is happening here? What are you fighting that you need Dragon Shield and God Shield? What is and a Dark Spear? What is happening here? Fix your unit. Anyways, yeah, 0. This is the one we're using. But yeah, I'm not sure if this. I don't know if it's this. If Imperial Forces stacks with Holy War, the minus 50% damage, but the main point is you want some damage mitigation, and Granadas has it on a special. By the time you get to the end of the fight, you'll have the special available. And we'll talk about some alternatives real quick. For Grapple, you want basically anything that gives more damage. So Hermatin Craft is a good, 20%, and you can put Soldier Mimicry to give her a little bit more defenses. Stonewall doesn't matter too much. You could do Icy Guardian. The Pursuits won't be useful, but it does have ice resistance, and you will get a decent amount of critical damage, which will help you close out the fight. What else? You've got your standard Phoenix Blow. This is got good skill damage. Beast Hunter will work because non-human boss monsters 20%. It's pretty good, and boost damage based on hit count. That's for light attacks. No, I'm pretty sure this is a combo master. I haven't really tested it because I don't really use that art too much. Heaven's Bow will allow you to get some more value out of crits, and damage against weak points 25%. When all 3 circles and weak are active, you'll get this 25%, so that's a good alternative. What else? I don't know. Those are just a couple. You can figure out what you want to use instead of Art Being. This doesn't give a lot of damage, it just gives damage caps, so whatever you choose, just make sure it has really good damage. For this, you can just slap on Ancient Weapon. That's fine. Just something that gives either damage or damage reduction. Most of, like 99% of these are gonna be useless. Just unfortunately that's just the reality. But again, wait, what? There was something that I just forgot. Like, Panterbane could be good for your Panterbane could be good for your Linnaeus. Personally, if you have to use something else on your Linnaeus, I would use Vel.org. It gives you a lot in the way of buff duration, and it gives a good amount of ice resistance, so that's just really good alternative to Holy War. What would be the best for her though? I mean, that's not really too useful. Anyways, I would personally just slap Ancient Weapon on and just go from there for your Reese. But anyways, that's the setup. Those are a couple alternatives. The main idea is you want to have a lot of damage built on your grapple, maybe a little bit of damage mitigation, but not too much. You want your team to be doing a lot of the damage mitigation for her. Reese, she's basically your honey elixir battery, lots of normal attacks, corrosion thing so that you can help close out the fight, and Linnaeus, you want those element circles to nuke earth resist and weak, and you also want high blazer, and you want lostoma, and you want either nemesis or lost or drain. Most of these units come with like auto protection, and Magic Castle could be something that you look into and put it on your Reese. That'll help you survive a little bit at the end, because most of that is magic damage. But I'm not carrying the Magic Castle just because I've run this team a few times and I find that you can get away without it. So without much further ado, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the fight.
Ikuyo. Ikuyo. 任せて。任せて。
行くよ。